The BILT Mastercard has remained one of the absolute best credit cards that you can have in your wallet. And in today's video, we're going to be going over the 5 steps that you need to take in order to absolutely maximize this amazing card. The crazy part about BILT is that it doesn't have an annual fee and it still has amazing benefits. You can literally get thousands of dollars in travel value just by doing these 5 steps. So let's get into it. Step 1, send BILT points to Hyatt. The BILT card, being a $0 annual fee card, comes with transfer partners, which is simply amazing. My favorite here out of all the entire transfer partners in this entire list is going to be World of Hyatt, because it is 100% the best hotel program out there. The redemption rates with points are going to be the cheapest out of anyone for the most luxury. For example, if you sent 45,000 BILT points to World of Hyatt, you could book the Park Hyatt in Kyoto, and a single night there would generally cost you $1,981, which is crazy value. Or if ultra luxury stays aren't for you, well, you can book 3 nights with those same 45,000 points at the Hyatt Regency in Tokyo Bay, which will give you the dollar value of $1,026, which is still amazing as well. So just for paying rent this year with the BILT card, you can earn some really awesome luxurious hotels for literally no cost at all. Now, BILT has some amazing airline transfer partners as well, but other than Chase and BILT, there's not really many credit card programs that transfer to World of Hyatt. So for me specifically, I use my points strictly for World of Hyatt, but if you were to use these for airline tickets for, like, let's say business class flights, that would be totally justified as well. Another really cool thing about BILT too is that when you send out points to, like, let's say a Hyatt account, your names don't have to match. For example, Philip doesn't have to send points to Philip. Philip can send points to Kathy, which is my wife's name. So that's a really cool benefit. That means that you can pool points. Other credit card issuers, like let's say Amex, if you wanted to transfer your Amex points to a certain airline or hotel transfer partner, the names have to match identically. That way they can keep you from kind of sending Amex points to different accounts. But with BILT, they don't really care. So that's a really cool benefit about BILT points as well. They're pretty flexible. This has helped me out in many occasions. Let's say my wife was like 10,000 points short. I could just send my BILT points to her account and then just top it off with whatever she's missing. Step number 2, send your BILT points to Alaska Airlines. Now, Alaska has become one of the most exclusive point transfer partners out there. They want to become exclusive. They want their own rewards program, but BILT is one of the only few last standing credit card companies that still transfer to Alaska. Now, Alaska points, in my opinion, are extremely valuable if you want to fly business class to Japan. For example, it'll only cost you 85,000 Atmos miles to get from LAX to Japan one-way business class. So if you can manage to get 85,000 BILT points, that would give you a one-way business class ticket to Japan, which is really amazing because one of these flights generally costs you around $9,000, which is insane. And that's why I think BILT points are amazing, because they unlock these $9,000 flights that not many of us would pay for, but they unlock it for dirt cheap. 85,000 BILT points is not much compared to $9,000 of value. If you're trying to go to Japan, Alaska is super powerful. So get one of those Atmos rewards cards, hit the sign up bonus for like 100,000 points, save up your BILT points, send them over to Alaska, and then you can pool your points together kind of thing. And then hopefully you can earn some business class flights. Step number 3, earn more points with BILT Dining. Now, BILT Dining is a program where they partnered up with different restaurants where you can earn up to 6 times points just by eating out at those restaurants with BILT. This beats any multiplier that any other card has. I mean, the Amex Gold card has 4 times points on dining, but with BILT, you can potentially get up to 6 times points. And the reason I love this is because they have a lot of takeout options that you can just have like on a day-to-day basis. So if you're someone that eats out a lot, this is going to be the program for you, because they got things like flame broiler, Whopper grill, like Mediterranean food, Mexican food. They have like a lot of options here, and they found a lot of restaurants to partner up with, and 6 times points on all of your eating spend is going to be a lot of points. Now, they also have higher end options, boba, desserts, tea, coffee. They have like literally everything that you can have. So for me personally, I'm always looking at the BILT Dining section to see if I can maximize my 6 times points, especially because you have to swipe your card 5 times in a month. I'm trying to maximize those 5 swipes as much as I can. So on top of earning points on rent, you can earn a lot of points on dining as well, and that's going to be super powerful. Once again, this is a $0 annual fee card, so the fact that they're offering these multipliers is pretty insane. So make sure the next time you eat out, just try going to the neighborhood section in your app. It's that middle button in the app, and it's just see if you can find anything for 6 times points, and enjoy your lunch or your dinner. Step 4, use your protections. Once again, The BILT card is a $0 annual fee card, and it has travel and retail protections. Absolutely insane. For $0, you get trip cancellation insurance, trip delay reimbursement, no foreign transaction fees, cell phone protection, purchase protection, and the most important of all, you get primary auto collision damage waiver, which is primary car rental insurance. Car rental insurance is extremely powerful, and here's why. I thought I'd look up an example for you guys because car rental insurance with car rental companies are a scam. So I just typed in, let's say Hawaii, because you always need a rental car whenever you travel to Hawaii. I just put in any two random dates. I found this car, which will cost you $25 a day. That's just for the car itself. Now, to protect the car per day, it would cost you $58.29 per day. That is more than double the cost of the actual car rental. So for 5 days with just the car alone, that would have cost you $165 with taxes, but the protections would cost you $291, which is absolutely insane. That is a ripoff. See, with BILT, because it has auto rental collision damage waiver, you can decline this protection and pay $0 and still be completely protected from accidents with that card. So in order to get this protection, you would need to actually book the rental car with the BILT card. And then let's say, God forbid, you do get in an accident, well, you can file a claim with BILT and they'll take care of the car for you. I mean, most of the time, nothing's going to really happen. You're not going to get in an accident, probably. Well, hopefully not. But with this one benefit, you could probably save $200 to $300 every time you rent out a car, which is an extremely great benefit. Step 5, use the BILT card to hit your sign-up bonuses. One of the coolest features about BILT is that you can actually link another card to your BILT app and pay rent with that other card and earn BILT points on top of the points that you'd earn from that other issuer. Now, I know it sounds confusing, but we'll go over some examples. But with this method, you do have to pay a 3% transaction fee because you're not going through BILT, you're going through another issuer. You just happen to do that on the BILT app. So let me explain how this works. Let's use my card, my actual situation. I'm trying to hit the Sapphire Reserve business bonus because that thing is $30,000 in spend, and that's going to be pretty hard to hit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to link that to my app. There's going to be a section where I can add a card to my BILT app, and I'm just going to put in my card number, my name, and everything. And now I'm going to be saying, it's going to say something like, I'm going to be earning rewards on this card from now on. So next time I pay rent, just go through the entire process, put in your amount, who you're going to be paying it to. It's going to go to the checkout page, and this is where you got to change it up. Instead of paying with my BILT card, I'm going to be changing it to my Sapphire Reserve card, where I have to pay a 3% transaction fee, but I can earn points on both my BILT card and my Sapphire Reserve card. So now in this situation, I'd be earning 1 times point per dollar spent on my Sapphire Reserve card. But here's the caveat, if you're going to do this method, you would only earn 1 point per $2 spent with the BILT card. So let's do an example to simplify this process. Let's say my rent was $1,000. I would have to pay now $1,030 because there's a 3% transaction fee. But now on my Chase Sapphire Reserve business card, I'd be earning 1,030 Chase points. And with my BILT card, now I'd be earning 500 points. Now compare this to the original way, it would just be $1,000 flat, and I'd be earning 1 cent per point for BILT just by sending in a check like I normally do. So why would I do this? I thought the whole point of BILT was to get rid of that 3% transaction fee so I can earn points on rent. Well, originally that is the point, but if you have a sign-up bonus like $30,000, which is super hard to hit and naturally with spend, if you're not a high spender like me, this is going to be a great way to hit those sign-up bonuses. Let's take, for example, the Chase Sapphire Reserve business card. You would earn 200,000 Chase points after spending $30,000. So there's no way I'm probably spending $30,000 naturally. But rent right now is one of my biggest expenses. I pay around $11,000 in rent here in California. I own 3 businesses here. So for those 3 business locations, I spend around $11,000 per month. So if I just did this for 2 months, and let's say now I could just spend $8,000 naturally, that'd be a much more reasonable spend limit for me. I can't see myself spending $30,000, but I could definitely see myself spending $8,000 naturally. So this is just going to help me hit that sign-up bonus a little faster and a little easier. So if you're trying to hit a sign-up bonus and you can't seem to get the spend, this is going to be a great way to ensure basically that you're going to be hitting that huge sign-up bonus. This is going to be great for cards like business cards, like let's say the Platinum card, you would earn 250,000 points for 20,000 in spend, and you can't spend $20,000. Well, this is a great way to do it. Use it on your rent, pay that 3% transaction fee, and hit that 250,000 points. This makes hitting sign-up bonuses that are pretty hard to hit feasible for people like me, where I can't spend that naturally. So if you're also in that camp, this is a great way to do it. Plus, it kind of offsets the fee a little bit because you also earn, a point per $2 spent. So you're still earning BILT points as well on top of the earnings that you get from hitting the sign up bonus, which is going to be great. So those are my 5 steps to absolutely maximize this card. Let me know down in the comments if I missed anything. It's still crazy to me that this card still has a $0 annual fee. I don't know how they profit on this card. I don't know how they can offer these many benefits, these transfer partners, without really charging an annual fee. So this card has to be literally one of the greatest cards to have ever existed. I'll make sure to put my referral link down in the top comments if you're interested in getting it yourself. I promise this card will give you a lot of value if you pay rent and if you love to travel. For sure, you will get a lot of value. And soon they're going to have mortgage payments, and I believe they're coming out with 2 different cards with actual annual fees on it in the future. So make sure to watch out for those updates. Feel free to ask any questions about those 5 steps. I know step number 5 is a little confusing, but maybe I'll make a tutorial on it, maybe like a short or something that I can connect it to, because sometimes on the app it doesn't work really well, but if you do it on the desktop, it's a little easier. They kind of guide you through it. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys learned a lot from this video, and I will see you guys on the next one. Woo!